Democrats keep saying that the Trump administration, that this big, beautiful bill cuts Medicaid. How is that? Be very specific, about a minute 30.
Yeah, well, it's kicking the can down the road, that's for sure, in terms of many fiscal experts are saying it's close to a $5 trillion deficit add over the next decade. But yeah, if you call historic making the enrollment period for the Affordable Care Act, shortening that enrollment period, that's what this bill does. We've already seen cuts to SAMHSA, addiction treatment. We're looking at over $11 billion in cuts to addiction treatment programs across the country in a time when we've been making progress. We're rolling that back. We have SNAP is being cut back. We have work requirements that are being added on. So it's interesting to me to see that we're kicking the can down the road, adding almost $5 trillion to the national deficit. We're cherry picking and saying, hey, we're going to cut taxes on tips and overtime, but these same workers are going to have a harder time to get enrolled in the Affordable Care Act, have a harder time accessing SNAP benefits or just Medicaid in general. So it's, take from one hand, give to the other. I really don't see anything historic about this except for the legacy of debt we're bringing to our children and our grandchildren and doing nothing substantial to change anything going forward. Just cutting back on the things that have made America the top nation in the world, focusing on technological and medical advancements. This bill guts that. Okay. So that's why people are upset, from the conservatives to the liberals. They're really not happy with this. And I think it's going to be a hard time getting this done. And to say the things that people have fought for in the districts, the swing districts, like the SALT tax deduction, that's nowhere to be found. So, nothing for middle class families other than saying there's extending these tax cuts.
All right.
And that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, this is, like you said, one big, beautiful bill. There's going to be a lot for both sides to break down and to examine as we go forward. The White House is saying it saves $1.6 trillion. They said any cuts, most of those cuts are because of waste, fraud, and abuse, so that they can make sure that American citizens have access to health care. So, like I said, there's going to be a lot more to break down and examine as this bill moves forward. Josh Hammer, David Carlucci, thank both of you for your incredible insight this morning. Good to see you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.